Porsche 911, 996 1997 to 2006. The Porsche 996 is the internal designation for the 911 model manufactured from 1997 to 2006. It was replaced by the 997 in 2004, but the high-performance Turbo S, GT2 and GT3 variants remained in production until 2006. The 996 had little in common with its predecessor, with the first all-new chassis platform since the original 911 and a new water-cooled engine. Technically, it was a major change, a complete breakthrough from the original car other than the overall layout. Development was shared with its entry-level sibling, the Roadster-only Boxster, which was introduced around the same time, including the front suspension, various interior components, and the engine, all of which were enlarged for the 996. However, the multi-link rear suspension was derived from the preceding 993. This was done mainly to save development cost, as Porsche was facing financial troubles at that time. This move resulted in cost savings of approximately 30% in the development of the car. At its debut, the 996 featured the most significant change from the classic 911 series, a water-cooled engine replacing the previously air-cooled engine. Progressively stringent emissions and noise regulations, environmental concerns, a higher expectation for refinement and the need for a high-performance 4-valve per-cylinder engine made the switch necessary. Other major changes include a completely new platform having a sleeker body with a more raked windshield, and a redesigned interior along with new fried egg-shaped headlamps, so called due to the amber-colored turn signals, instead of previous bug-eye headlamps. During the 1990s, Porsche was facing financial troubles and rumors of a proposed takeover were being spread. The signature air-cooled flat 6 of the 911 was reaching the limits of its potential, as made evident by the 993. Stricter emissions regulations worldwide further forced Porsche to think of a replacement of the air-cooled unit. In order to improve manufacturing processes, Porsche took the aid of leading Japanese car manufacturer Toyota, whose consultants would assist in the overhaul of the Zuffenhausen manufacturing facility, introducing mass production techniques which would allow Porsche to carry out production processes more efficiently. Porsche had realized that in order to keep the 911 in production, it would need radical changes. This led to the development of the 996. The sharing of development between the new 911 and the entry-level Boxster model allowed Porsche to save development costs. This move also resulted in interchangeable parts between the two models, bringing down maintenance costs. The Porsche 996 was a new design developed by Pinky Lai under Porsche design chief Harm Lagae from 1992 to 1994. It was the first 911 that was completely redesigned, and carried over little from its predecessor, as Porsche wanted the design team to design a 911 for the next millennium. Featuring an all-new body, interior, and the first water-cooled engine, the 996 replaced the 993, from which only the front suspension, rear multi-link suspension, and a 6-speed manual transmission were retained in revised form. The 996 had a drag coefficient of CD equals 0.30, resulting from hours spent in the wind tunnel. The 996 is 185 mm, 7 in, longer and 40 mm, 2 in, wider than its predecessor. It is also 45% stiffer, courtesy of a chassis formed from high-strength steel. Additionally, it is 50 kilograms, 110 pounds, lighter despite having additional radiators and coolant. Most models of the 996 generation of the Porsche 911, excluding GT3, GT3 RS, GT2 and turbo models, sports car, were afflicted with a vulnerability in the intermediate shaft, IMS, that drove their engine's camshafts. Failure of the ball bearing within the IMS leads to varying degrees of engine failure. In general, after an IMS bearing failure, the engine internals could be contaminated with debris from the failure that requires the engine to be stripped and rebuilt. In severe failure modes, cam timing could be affected, leading to valve piston impact, necessitating a rebuild or replacement of the entire engine. The 996 was initially available in a coupe or a cabriolet, convertible, body style with rear-wheel drive, and later with four-wheel drive, utilizing a 3.4-liter flat-six engine generating a maximum power output of 221 kilowatts, 300 PS, 296 horsepower. The 996 had the same front end as the entry-level Boxster. After requests from the Carrera owners about their premium cars looking like a lower-priced car that looked just like theirs did, Porsche redesigned the headlamps of the Carrera in 2002 similar to the high-performance Turbo's headlamps. The design for the initial fried egg-shaped headlamps could be traced back to the 1997 911 GT1 race car. In 2000, Porsche introduced the 996 Turbo, equipped with a four-wheel drive system and a 3.6-liter, twin-turbocharged and intercooled flat-six engine generating a maximum power output of 309 kilowatts, 420 PS, 414 horsepower, making the car capable of accelerating from 0 to 97 km per hour, 0 to 60 miles per hour, in 4.2 seconds. An X50 option which included larger turbochargers and intercoolers along with revised engine control software became available from the factory in 2002, increasing power output to 331 kilowatts, 450 PS, 444 horsepower. In 2005, Porsche introduced the Turbo S, which had the X50 option included as standard equipment, with the formerly optional carbon fiber reinforced silicon carbide, C/SiC, composite ceramic brakes, PCCB, also included as standard. In 2000, power output on the base Carrera model was increased to 224 kilowatts, 305 PS, 300 horsepower. 2001 marked the final year of production for the base Carrera 4 Coupe in narrow body format. In 2002, the standard Carrera models underwent the above-mentioned facelift. In addition, engine capacity was also increased to 3.6 liters across the range, yielding gains of 11 kilowatts, 15 PS, 15 horsepower, for the naturally aspirated models. 2002 also marked the start of the production of the 996 base Targa model, with a sliding glass greenhouse roof system as introduced on its predecessor. It also features a rear glass hatch which gave the driver access to the storage compartment. Also in 2002, the Carrera 4S model was first introduced. The C4S, as it is called among the enthusiasts, shares the wide body look of the Turbo as well as the brakes and suspension.